Thank you very much for joining me on this Friday. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. Look how this system in the Atlantic ties into our weather in the Caribbean. So I'm going to break down this red shading in a second as I dive down into the Caribbean. Give me a second on that. But here's that storm system that I've been tracking up toward the Azores, and with it, this long tail of cloud cover all the way down into South America. That's about 5,000 kilometers or 3,000 miles wide. About, again, give and take, just rounding some of these numbers, but thousands of miles, thousands of kilometers long. So again, a big system up there trailing that cloud cover. And that's why, say, Trinidad and Tobago, we've had some of the overcast conditions the last few days, not necessarily the rain. Not all of us have had overcast conditions, but you may have had it, but not necessarily the rain because of that cloud cover. All right, let me get to this system out in the Atlantic, and then I'll bring you back into the Caribbean. So this is right on track from what we've been talking about together the last few days. Here are the Azores. Again, the system did not get a name. It wasn't able to wrap up enough, which is good. We'll take it. But on track, I've been mentioning for the last 3 to 4 days, northwest of the Azores. That's exactly what's going to happen. But today, again, feeding in the moisture. Now, by tomorrow, the bulk of the action just to the northwest. So there's going to be a little dry pocket moving in. We're going to see some rain working toward Morocco, Portugal, and Spain. But then we get this little dry slot right here as we take you into your Saturday. So that'll help out some high seas, though, of course, in the Azores, some gustier winds. And then the system kind of spins in the North Atlantic. This is by the time we get into the weekend. This is on Sunday. Now, as it lifts to the north of the Azores, it is going to draw in some more moisture. Again, trailing some of that moisture. And then you see it helping to pump in some of that rain. Portugal, Spain again, mainly to the north of Morocco by the time we get into Monday. But here's the system there. And then eventually this is going to create an active pattern for my friends over toward France, even up toward the United Kingdom and Ireland as we get into next week. So this spin out here, and it may kind of break up into two. There's going to be a lot of little areas of energy moving in from the east. So you can see, again, a couple areas here watching by the middle of next week. Azores will be in better shape, but watching that higher chance of rain, especially France, south through Portugal and Spain, we'll get some rounds of it. And then I'll see if this kind of pivots its way toward the United Kingdom and Ireland. But an active pattern for Western Europe, and then we'll be watching more systems, more old fronts moving across the Atlantic as we go forward in time. All right, let me get you back to what we're dealing with in the Caribbean, those high seas. Thank you for the comments. You've been letting me know all about that as well, especially on the north-facing coast. I'll break that down in a second, but Antigua and Barbuda, I was reading some of the comments this morning, the very choppy seas that are out there. Not as high as we get down to the south, but it is still rocking. Again, just the highest in our northern tier, even over toward the ABC Islands. Things are going to be choppier today and over the next couple days. We've already been seeing that. So still on track. Again, Puerto Rico north, just offshore, 4 meters or 13 feet as far as those wave heights are concerned, but still near shore, watching Anguilla and over toward Antigua and Barbuda. Montserrat got a comment earlier this morning, I believe it was, about some of those higher seas around. So still around 3 meters or 10 feet, especially just to the north. But things overall are going to be active because of that system I just showed you over by the Azores. Now, here's a map I don't always show you, but this red shading, that's telling me above our heads, mid-levels of the atmosphere, there's a lot of dry air. And this time of year, usually that means we have a little more sunshine. Some of us have been a bit cooler. Parts of Jamaica, I know we've had some cooler weather, but not all of this dry air is really making it down to the surface because of the system over there that is helping to pinwheel in some moisture. So we're still generally going to stay active. So let me break it down. Here's Belize, Honduras, Venezuela, Trinidad and Tobago. Once again, Guyana and Suriname, a better chance of rain. More in the way of cloud cover near parts of Trinidad and Tobago. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada right on the edge of that. St. Lucia, Barbados may see some clouds, not a whole lot of rain, but you see a better chance of rain. Belize, Honduras, Jamaica today. Spotty showers and storms mainly on the north side, but we could see a few on the south side as well. Cayman Islands over toward the Big Island may get some showers and storms scooting by, and then as we work our way toward Panama, but Belize picking up, Honduras seeing some rain and storms today. So higher chance in our western tier of seeing some rain and storms. But because of that system I mentioned up there, That's kind of overriding the dry air. Spotty shower, Puerto Rico as we go throughout the day, U.S. Virgin Islands, British Virgin Islands. Now, as we go forward, I want to get you into the weekend. Saturday, you get a look at what we're dealing with. Again, that system that is way the heck away from us, but it gives us that overall flow, bringing in some moisture. Still, Cayman Islands and Jamaica, spotty showers, but again, that flow coming out of the north, keeping us a bit cooler in spots, the higher seas, but Bahamas, Turks and Caicos through Puerto Rico, chance of a few showers. Kind of a mix over toward the ABC Islands. We may see a passing shower over toward Aruba, Curacao, Bonaire, and again, still that cloud cover that I showed you, again, thousands of kilometers, thousands of miles long, still kind of hanging on anywhere from, say, Dominica southward. We'll see a better chance of some clouds, a mix of clouds and sun that will be with us. Getting forward into the weekend on Sunday, spotty showers two, Martinique over toward, say, Guadeloupe, not as much. Dominica may see a shower, but because of that flow coming in out of the north, a better chance north side of Haiti, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, a chance of some showers. But again, more to the north you go, better chance of some of the showers, and still seeing some of those showers. Belize, a very active pattern. Cayman Islands, Jamaica, passing showers and storms. Cuba as well, not a washout, but watching that. And picking up a little bit into western Venezuela, Colombia, you see as we get into a Sunday, a better chance of rain. And then Guyana and Suriname still very active, but on the edge of Trinidad and Tobago, Sunday we might get a better chance of getting a little moisture working its way in. So again, still watching out for this flood event. Now through the weekend, coastal flooding, north-facing islands, northeastern Caribbean. We've been talking about this the last few days together, watching those crashing waves, 3 meters, upwards of 9 feet, rogue waves. By that I mean, if you're down at the coast, you're seeing these waves. But occasionally you could get a giant one that just kicks up. So if you're standing a little bit too close, that's when we do get some issues where if it hits you and people are out there not really knowing what's going on, they could get taken into the water. So again, stay a safe distance away if you can. Choppy across the eastern Caribbean. Let me know in the comments what's going on. I'll try to get to those throughout the day. I hope you have a great day ahead.